The moment Madu Abuchi San said a court cannot stop the swearing in of anybody. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click in the notification bell. The 2023 presidential election in Nigeria may have come and gone, but the controversy that the election has generated is yet to settle. There are also those who converse that the tribunal should suspend the inauguration of the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, until the hearing and determinations of petitions challenging the outcome of the election. A move that has no precedence in Nigeria's Fourth Republic, but is an election tribunal empowered to do so. Oba Madu Abuchi is a senior advocate of Nigeria's San. He has this to say. Whenever anybody tells you that a court could stop the swearing in of anybody, even an ordinary Congress, a court cannot stop a Congress. A court that stops a congressman should be dismissed. This is because he exhibited ultimate illiteracy. There is no electoral process that a court has the power to stop. So what's in this man they try and talk now? Be say the court cannot stop. Me, I want to tell you people something. Oh. Hey. Do you know that the court is also the judiciary? Because if you like some people, the English, this court, what they call them, they know also know it's not judiciary. Okay, you know that the court is the judiciary. Good. Do you also know that this judiciary is the third arm of government? Meaning, as body day, you know get who them fit say now be the most powerful. Now so it's supposed to be. You know get. Do you know it exists as part of the arm of government? Do you know that? Now, do you also know that this judiciary has a right of its own? As in, you're not supposed to be like television where then go they use remote. The remote, okay, do this, okay, do that. Are you also aware? Okay, you are aware. Good. You are aware. Also, or are you aware that the court exists to checkmate the excesses of the executive and the legislature? You know, okay? I just want to go say you know all those things. Now tell me, if the court is the third arm of government and the court exists to checkmate the excesses of the legislature and the what's it called executive, tell me why you say the court cannot stop the inauguration from going on. You are downplaying. I not blame you, Sha, but I not go blame this man, like I said. But the thing be saying, now waiting you see, now you do. Now waiting you see, now you do it. Now you do. It is like San has become ridiculous. Can you imagine this nonsense? How did this one become San? Calm down, no call anybody nonsense. Sir, they may call mom names for giving birth to you, but many do not want to hear the truth. But God stood with those with the truth. Thank you, sir, for enlightening the educated illiterate. But a court can stop the ban of old currency use and extended the use of old currency to a period of 6 months, but they cannot stop the inauguration of a faulty electoral president. God will help you. My dear, to me, it is not supposed to be. I mean, the court is supposed to be able to stop it. If the executive don't they do say in head, then no fit touch am. Say in head don't they longer. You don't they ask too tall for him height. You go tell the executive, say, sit down. That is what the judiciary stands for. The judiciary go tell the person where the executive, say, oh yeah, mellow down. Okay, sit down, be quiet. The same thing, if the legislative body start acting as if, then they're too tall for their height. You go also tell them, hey, Oga, sit down. That is what they exist for. They don't exist for becoming dummies that it is what you tell them, the executive tell them to do, that they will do. The court has their powers. The judiciary, rather, has their powers. So the judiciary is supposed to, if there is a madness going on in the executive arm of government, in the legislative arm of government, the judiciary should not join them to be mad. The judiciary should stand up and say, this thing, kolo. I understand. And you know, it is in a sane country. Oh, I'm so sorry, I did not put in a sane country. In a sane country, this is how it is supposed to be. You get? This is exactly how it is supposed to be. In places where there is sanity, in places where, you know, there is real rule of law, in places where you have real and true democracy. But in our country where the CJN, that's the Chief Justice, the CJN, is appointed by, the executive, this is what you get. Remote controlled judicial CJN. Yes, remote controlled. You can remote them to left, you can remote them to right, to anywhere you want. But it is not how it is supposed to be done. No be so it's supposed to be. Am I making sense? No be so it's supposed do it in. It's supposed be. If you're going to come out and tell us, the court cannot do this, why would the Supreme Court give a law and people are going to be looking? It is only in this country that you see that the Supreme Court will what's the call? They're supposed to be working in harmony. And the harmony does not mean harmony to help each other to steal. It does not mean harmony to help each other to commit crime. They're supposed to be working in harmony in order to perfect true democracy. The court is not supposed to support this thing that we called an election now. What we had was a selection. The court is supposed to come out and stand against it. In Senate climes, that is what they do. All right. 2022 election is already won and lost, and Tinubu is the president-elect awaiting swearing in on the 29th of May. Anything to the contrary will only drop to a situation of balancing of chances, which I'm not sure will happen. Who gave this man son? If courts cannot stop the swearing, then who can stop it? So there is no law in the land. Exactly. That means there is no law. Let me explain for you again the duties of both the executive, both the legislature, and both the judiciary. Now, the legislature, they are the one that come in, they dig out bills, to bring out bills. They call them bills. Anything that is not yet a law is a bill that is still going through the National Assembly. They'll sit on it, they'll converse on it. This one will say, no, this thing no work like this. This one will say, yes, no, you work like this. Now, they'll sit on a bill, before you know it, they'll now sign it into law. The person will go help them explain. Most especially, we have laws, we have electoral laws. Most especially, we have laws that was flaunted during this, during the election. It's when you do what? When you call, the judicial will call them and say, see this law when I do. Now, I put them a bill, then go say yes. Like this, now the October. They interpret the law. What did I say? They do what? They interpret the law. They make the legislation make the law. The judiciary do what? Interpret for them. So as they don't make the law finish, the electoral people, then we interpret the law, tell them some more. Go law, it cannot what? Go. I still faulted that the court cannot be able to stop. It should be able to stop it. If it is wrong, that is what I'm saying. If we have a wrong, if it is wrong, it should be able to stop it.